75. That is not a round number. It is not a number anyone would choose if they were trying to make something look tidy. 7 is tidy, 10 is tidy, but 75 is the number you arrive at only by refusing to stop counting. It is the number you reach when you go through the Gospels line by line without skipping the small ones, and you write down every single time Jesus of Nazareth took a piece of ordinary life, turned it sideways, and used it to show people something they could not see any other way. A farmer scattering seed, a woman sweeping her floor for one lost coin, a shepherd counting to 99, and then walking out into the dark because the number should have been 100. Count them all. The famous ones and the ones you have read past 100 times without ever noticing, and you land somewhere around 75. And here is what should stop you cold. 75 separate windows into the same reality. If a single one of these had been enough to explain the kingdom of God, he would have told one. If 10 had been enough, he would have told 10 and stopped. But he did not stop. He kept turning the diamond, kept reaching for one more ordinary thing off the ground of Galilean life, and holding it up to the light and saying, in effect, this too, this is like it as well. And this, so hold on to one word for the next little while. Shatter. Because most of us were taught that parables are gentle little illustrations, sweet stories meant to help simple people swallow big ideas. And that is almost the exact opposite of the truth. Jesus told his disciples plainly that he spoke in parables so that seeing people would not see and hearing they would not understand. The parables were never simplifications. They were sorting mechanisms, traps of grace built so precisely that they slipped right past the guarded front door of a person's convictions and went off quietly in the back rooms where the real beliefs are kept. A man could walk away nodding at a story and only later that night realize that the very thing he had just agreed with had condemned everything he had built his life on. Before we go any further, one small thing, and it truly is small. If at any point something here lands in you, would you tap the like button? That is all. It costs you 1 second, and it has nothing to do with numbers on a screen. Somewhere out there right now is a person who is tired in a way they cannot explain to anyone in their life. Tonight they are going to open their phone looking for something, and they will not even know what. Whether these words ever reach them depends almost entirely on how many people quietly tap that button. And while you are there, do one thing for me in the comments. Just one word for whatever you are carrying in with you today. Fear, debt, grief, waiting, whatever it actually is, no explanation. And when you scroll, you will find that you are not alone in this at all. Now, let us be clear about what a parable actually is, because being just slightly wrong here will make you misread all 75. The Greek word means something thrown down alongside, a comparison laid next to a reality, so that the reality can finally be seen. Jesus came to announce the kingdom of God, but every person listening already had a picture of that kingdom baked into their bones. A king like David, an army, Rome shattered, the wicked destroyed, Israel restored, all of it in one clean, decisive stroke. That picture was installed so deep that if he had simply said, no, the kingdom is not like that, it is like this, their minds would have thrown the sentence out before he finished it. That is just how people work. We do not calmly weigh claims that threaten our foundations. We repel them. So he came in through the side door instead. He told a story about a farmer. And while the guard was down, he set the truth inside it like a seed into soil and left it there to grow in the dark, so lean in. Every one of these stories is going to do the same thing to you. It will sort you while you listen, not by how much Bible you know, but by one thing only, whether you lean in. Let us begin. Start with the soil. A farmer scatters his seed, and it goes everywhere. Some falls on the hard-packed path, and the birds take it before it can sink. Some falls on thin soil over limestone, springs up fast and green, and is dead by noon because the root has nowhere to go. Some falls among thorns, and the thorns win because thorns always win the race for water. And some falls on good ground, and it produces 30, 60, 100-fold. Now here is what we have lost the shock of. 3 out of 4 fail. Jesus is telling his own followers before they have even begun that most of their labor is going to look like it produced nothing. That is not pessimism. that is inoculation. And if you have ever prayed for someone for 11 years, if you have ever poured yourself into a person and watched most of it come to nothing, this parable is not scolding you. It is standing right beside you. The sower is not judged by the soil. But then turn it over, because the 4 soils are not 4 different people. They are 4 conditions of the ground, and the same heart can hold all 4 in different seasons. There are places in you packed hard by disappointment, places thin and enthusiastic that wither the moment weather comes, places quietly choked by worry about money and the endless wanting of other things, and you know exactly which places those are. But the good news buried in here is that ground can be changed. A path can be broken up. Rocks can be dug out. The farmer did not stand at the edge of his field and grieve its condition. He got down and worked it. Then the mustard seed, no bigger than a pinhead, that grows into a tree the birds can nest in, and the leaven a woman hides in the flour until the whole batch is changed from the inside out. The kingdom does not come marching in like an army. It comes in small, hidden, and quietly unstoppable. Then the money stories, and these are sharper. No man can serve 2 masters. Not, should not, cannot. And the ravens and the lilies, which do not toil and do not spin, and yet your Father feeds them and clothes them. So the anxiety that eats at you is not just a small failure of nerve. It is a quiet claim that God is not really your Father after all. Seek first the kingdom, he says, and everything else gets added. Take a breath here, because the next stories broke the rules on purpose. And if any of this is landing for you, this is your moment. Send this to one person before you forget, the one who came to mind a second ago. You know exactly who I mean. A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among thieves. He is stripped and left half dead, and that phrase is the hinge of the entire thing. Stripped means no clothing. And in that world, your clothing was how everyone read your class, your region, your people. Half dead means unconscious, which means no accent. Jesus has deliberately built a victim who cannot be categorized, a body in a ditch with no markers on it at all. The priest sees him and passes by. The Levite sees him and passes by. And the crowd braced themselves, because everyone knew the third man in the pattern was supposed to be a good, ordinary Jewish layman, the hero of the joke. Instead, a Samaritan, the despised half-breed heretic from next door, the other side of a blood feud centuries old. And that is the man who has compassion. He binds the wounds, lifts the stranger onto his own animal, pays the innkeeper, and leaves an open account. Now the lawyer had asked, "Who is my neighbor?" He wanted a boundary, a clean line where his obligation could stop. And Jesus refuses the question and asks a different one. Which of these 3 was a neighbor to the man in the ditch? He took the word neighbor and moved it from the object of love to the subject of it. You do not get to decide who qualifies for your mercy. You become the kind of person who is a neighbor to whoever is lying in front of you. Then the 3 lost things told to religious men who were grumbling that Jesus ate with sinners. A shepherd leaves the 99 to go out after the 1. A woman lights a lamp and sweeps the whole house down for a single coin, and a father with 2 sons. The younger asks for his inheritance while his father is alive and healthy, which in that world was a public death wish, as good as saying, "I wish you were already dead." And the father divides his life between them. The boy spends every bit of it, hits the famine, and ends up feeding pigs and envying them their food. And Luke writes the loneliest line in the whole Bible. No man gave unto him. Then he came to himself. He rehearses a careful little speech about becoming a hired servant, a way to earn his dignity back. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him, which tells you the old man had been watching that road every single day. And he ran. No dignified man of that age and standing ran in public. It meant hiking up his robe and baring his legs, and it was humiliating. He ran anyway, straight through a village that had every right to shame that boy, and reached him first and covered him before anyone could lay a hand on him. The son never even gets to finish his speech. Grace cuts him off. And do not walk past the elder brother standing out in the yard, technically flawless and quietly furious, refusing to go in. The father came out for him too. Both sons were lost. One in a far country, one right there in the yard. Then come the reversals. The laborers hired at the 11th hour who get the same wage as the ones who worked all day. And it exposes the deepest reflex in the human heart, that quiet ledger where we track what we think we are owed. And the wicked tenants who beat the servants and finally kill the son, told to a room full of religious professionals who nodded right along with it until they realized the tenants in the story were them. And at the very end come the pictures Jesus gave of himself. I am the good shepherd who lays down his life for the sheep. I am the true vine, and apart from me you can do nothing. And on the last day of the feast, standing up in the middle of all that noise, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He knew the water in the well always runs out. That is exactly why he sat down beside a woman with an empty jar and offered her a spring instead. Now feel the weight of all of it together, because that is what finally shatters you, not any single parable. Look at what he built the whole kingdom out of: seed bread, coins, wineskins, fig trees, a father running down a road, a stranger in a ditch. Not one temple, not one altar, not one piece of theological vocabulary. He was telling us 75 times, in 75 ways, that the kingdom of God is not somewhere else. It is right here, in the field you work, in the money you handle, in the person lying at your gate. And once you have heard these, you cannot go on believing that faith is a compartment, one tidy room in your house, while all the other rooms stay yours. The wineskin will not hold that. What it hands you instead is a world with no ordinary square inch left in it, where the smallest seed you have is not too small. The latest hour you arrive is not too late, and the road you have wandered down is not too far away for a father to be watching it. Let me say a word to a few of you before we close. If you recognize yourself as the younger son, still rehearsing your speech about hired servants, hear this. He was yet a great way off. You do not have to make it all the way home to be seen. He is already running. If you are the elder brother out in the yard, listening to music you cannot enjoy, he came out for you too. Go in, and if you are simply tired, and you came in here carrying that one word you typed into the comments an hour ago, the water in the well runs out, and he knows it. That is why he offered you a spring. Before you go, one last request, and it is not for me. That person who kept coming to mind while you were listening, send them this. You do not need a long message. Just say, "This made me think of you," or say nothing at all. You do not know which of these 75 stories has their name written on it, but the God who told them does. And then, only after you have sent it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It is free. It takes one tap, and all it means is that the next teaching finds you instead of missing you. And down in the comments, tell me which one landed. Out of all 75, which line was the one you most needed today? Because someone scrolling past tomorrow at the end of a very bad night is going to read your comment. Go looking for that exact story and find it, all because you named it. And now receive this. May the God who scatters seed on every kind of ground scatter his word into the hard-packed places of your life. And may he break the path open until it finally receives him. May the smallest thing you have grow into something the birds of the air can shelter in. May you be found by the shepherd who refuses to stop at 99. May the debt you could never repay be canceled in full. And may you never again walk past a stranger in a ditch without knowing you have just been handed an appointment with the King himself. Go now in the peace of the one who told these stories. He is still telling them, "If any man thirst, let him come and drink, and then go and be a river." God bless you, wherever in the world you are, and I will see you in the next teaching. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear.